Okay, everybody, today's mini lesson is on indirect object pronouns. You've actually been using indirect object pronouns ever since you learned the verb gustar. The verb gustar doesn't literally mean I like something, but rather something is pleasing to me. For example, if you say me gusta el libro or me gustan los libros. In the first example, me gusta el libro, the book is pleasing to me, while the books are pleasing to me. That's why we don't use the word yo anywhere in those statements, even though we understand it in English to be I like the book or I like the books. In Spanish, me gusta is actually indicating that something is pleasing to me. Me, or to me, is an indirect object pronoun. And we're going to see several examples here below. Yo le doy los libros a mi mamá. Ella les compra regalos para sus amigos. Tú me das dinero cada semana a mí. Él nos enseña la lección a nosotros en la clase. Now, typically in the first two examples, yo le doy los libros a mi mamá and ella les compra regalos para sus amigos would be an accurate way of saying these statements. I've left in some redundancy in the examples 3 and 4 where we can see in the yellow box or the highlight where it's me and then later in the yellow font a mí or nos a nosotros. That's redundant because we understand that me represents to me while nos represents a nosotros. So you wouldn't have to state it in that way. However, you can see where le can be both to him, to her, or to usted, while les can be to them, both masculine and feminine, and to the ustedes. So typically you would see ella les compra regalos para sus amigos. You would see the para sus amigos in the original statement along with the les, so it's clear to whom the le or les is referring. Once it's already understood, we don't have to keep repeating it over and over again. So let's look at a couple examples below. Yo le compré una casa a mi mamá. Yo le compré una casa. As you can see in the second sentence, what I've done is eliminate the expression a mi mamá and completely substitute it with the word le. Yo le compré una casa. Now, if you made that statement originally to somebody, just as yo le compré una casa, they would have no idea who the le represents. For that reason, the original sentence should include yo le compré una casa a mi mamá, and then in subsequent sentences, you could leave off the a mi mamá and just continue with le, while we would understand that le is to or for my mom. In example 2, ella da la tarea a ti. Ella te da la tarea. Tú les prestas los calcetines a tus hermanos. So you lend your socks to your siblings. Les represents a tus hermanos. Él va a dar los boletos a nosotros. Él nos va a dar, or él va a darnos. And I just left the los boletos off this example so we had more space in the writing. Mi hermana escribe a mí. Mi hermana me escribe. Now, in each of the examples, with the exception of number 4, the placement of the indirect object goes directly in front of the conjugated verb. As you can see here, here's my verb compré, and I put it in front, le. Here's my verb da, from the verb dar, to give. Here's my te. Here's my verb prestas, and I put the les in front. Here we have va a dar, which the whole phrase is the verb, is going to give, and there's my nos. And then there's escribe with me. Now, with the exception of number 4, you can see a second variation, which is that you can attach the indirect object pronoun to the infinitive, or if I've been using an ando, yendo, present progressive gerund, you could also attach it to those as well. If you do, remember that you'll need to add an accent onto the second to last vowel to maintain consistency. But because we have more than one piece of the verb, we can either put it in front like we always do, or we can attach it to the end, and it's both correct. So the indirect object pronouns look like this. Me, te, le, nos, os, which is used as a substitute for a vosotros in España, and lastly, les. Me represents to me or for me. Te, to you or for you. Le can be to him, to her, or to usted, all of those forms. Nos, to or for us, and les, to or for them, both masculine and feminine, and to or for ustedes. Your turn for practice. Let's see if you can substitute out the indirect object nouns with the appropriate indirect object pronoun and the placement. What I mean by that is, let's look at number 1. Yo doy el lápiz a la profesora. So my subject is yo, the verb I'm doing is doy. What am I giving? El lápiz. And to whom or for whom is this being done? A la profesora. So in this case, we're not getting rid of el lápiz like we do with direct objects. We want to get rid of a la profesora. So I would substitute with the word le. It would go in front of the verb and I would say, yo le doy el lápiz a la profesora. Go and pause the video and see what you can do for the rest. Pause. Great job. Hopefully you came up with these answers. As you can see in the first that we already talked about, the green a la profesora was replaced with yo le doy el lápiz. In the second example on the right, ella pide la información a ti, ella te pide la información. While te represents a ti, to you, and it goes in front of the conjugated verb. Nosotros damos el libro a él. Nosotros le damos el libro. So we give the book to him. The le goes in front of the conjugated verb damos. Ustedes escriben a nosotros. Ustedes nos escriben. Ella da el agua a los amigos. Ella les da el agua. Remember, if we just originally said ella les da el agua, we wouldn't have any idea to whom or for whom the water was given. But because we know it's a los amigos, les is now clear to us. And the last example, él da las llaves a mí, él me da las llaves. Bueno amigos, esto es todo. Muchas gracias y adiós.